So today we're going to play the career of the worst player in MLB The Show, and that's Warren Saunders of the Mets. The utility guy from the Bahamas is currently a 48 overall with D potential. Yes, there are two other players. Mieses has C potential, so I'm thinking, you know what? If we're going to go for the worst player in MLB The Show, we should go someone with D potential. And you're like, well, why not first baseman Pedro Diaz? I looked at Pedro Diaz. He's currently not in an organization right now. I tried to find him. Maybe he is in one. He was part of the Angels, but like I tried to find him again and I couldn't find him. So I don't know where he is right now. But Warren Saunders still with the Mets. So yeah, this is who we're gonna do a little career sim of Warren Saunders. All right, so CPU covers everything. What I want to do is I want to try to get him into the majors as quickly as possible. Currently, he's in single A. Right now, to make sure that we do get like maybe a boost. I don't even know if training really works, to be honest. I have him training vision, discipline, and clutch. I'll probably move it over to contact pretty soon, but I just want to see one season of vision, discipline, and clutch. Maybe 2 seasons vision, discipline, and clutch just to see what happens here. And then I'll probably bump it over to contact just because like power numbers are already pretty low. Could I try to just boost up his power numbers? Yeah, but let's just try to get him to be like just a hitting machine before we start adding that power on. So yeah, let's just see what happens. All right, first season's over. I just want to kind of see how he improved. He's up to so he's up to a 50. Yeah, good growth all across the board. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So 2 overalls after a first season. Let's just keep it going. All right, another 2 growth in overall. So I have a feeling this is going to kind of be the trend. So I'm looking also at like the depth that the Mets have at first base. This could be one of those where like we might just kind of have to force him into a lineup. All right, so we're in year 5 and actually Warren Saunders is in the AA team and he's actually made the All-Star. Or wait, did he make the All-Star game? Right? If that's the All-Star game, yeah, he made the All-Star game. I feel like there's a lot of players in the All-Star game. Right? Yeah, that seems like a lot. Maybe they just use that many, but yeah, he's there. I mean, this is currently what he's doing in AA. It's a little underwhelming. He's up to a 58 overall. I've kind of been, instead of contact, I've been trying to boost his power because that was the lowest stat. I figured if we can get that up a little bit, maybe that'll boost up his rating even more. But I'm definitely going to need to get to contact really soon because I like where his attributes kind of are, but I definitely think we need to get those contact numbers a little bit better. So I'm going to finish off this year for power. And the AA All-Star game was there. So yeah, he had to have made it, right? All right, let's see how his first year in. See potential. Love to see it. Okay, so that's good to see. And how did the first year in AA go? I mean, it was okay. We're up to a 60. See potential as well. Power numbers are going up. Contact actually is going up fairly well. So maybe we just stick with power for one more season and then see where he is. Because if I can get him into the mid 40s for power, I think we'll be okay. And then we can go contact after that. So not a bad first year in AA. That was season 5. So yeah, I'll take it. Season 5 in AA. We might have a pretty late bloomer, but we might be able to get him into AAA in a couple seasons. All right, season 2 in AA. How are we looking? Warren Saunders up to a 63. No contact versus righties, but that contact versus lefties looking kind of nice. All right. We might have a 10-year. We just might have like a minor league extraordinaire, like a journeyman in the minors before we get to the majors. But so far, so good. I just don't know when I could get him into the majors. You know, what's the major league? Yeah, holy cow. How am I supposed to get him into this team? We'll have to wait and see. Can I get him into AAA at least? Not really. I don't really know what to do here. I feel like we're still pretty far off. Man, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sim a couple years. You guys can kind of see he's going up by 2, 3 every year in overall. Like at least he's going up by that much, like 2 or 3 every year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can at least try to sneak him into a AAA team. And if not, well then we might be in some trouble. But right now, let's just sim a couple years. Let's see what happens. All right, so we've been at it for a bit. He's 30 years old now and he's in AAA. And in this year, he actually wasn't terrible. Like 334 on base percentage. OPS is a little low. Slugging's a little low. Average, a little low. But like, honestly, it could be a lot worse. He's up to a 66. We're getting those power numbers up. Everything else is good. But the issue is I can't even sneak him onto the bench in this MLB team. So, I mean, at this point, what I could do, because we're what year are we in? We're what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 8 years in. I mean, I gotta get him in somehow, right? We're up to a 66, so like he has jumped up quite a bit, and that's really just been focusing on power, contact. Those two have been the things that I've been training the most, and it's mostly just been the power, because contact has slowly been going up by itself, and I feel like if we can get those power numbers up, we'll see some good returns. The issue is, he's 30 years old now. Do I just force him into the lineup with Pete Alonso becoming a free agent? That we could do that. Could do that. I might do that. All right, he's 30 years old now. Let's throw him into the majors. All right, so first season in the majors. Let's see how things went. I have a feeling they sent him down. Well, they didn't. All right, sweet. So league leaders, anything? No. Okay, so what about an award? Maybe a rookie of the year? No. Was he in the mix for rookie of the year? He was not. Okay, so let's go take a look. Let's see how he did his first major league season. Almost a 70 overall. So to think we had him at a 48, it did take a while, but we're up 21 ratings. 21 ratings. That's right. Quick maths. Big brain right there. So look at the numbers. Attributes going up quite a bit. And he played 142 games, had 133 hits, 23 doubles, 9 home runs, 49 RBIs, walked almost 50 times, 9 stolen bases. And you know what? The power numbers aren't there, but it's not terrible, right? It's not terrible. What was the WAR? What are we looking at here? 0.5. Okay. Yeah, it definitely could have been better. But you know what? It's honestly not too bad. So first season in the books. There we go. I mean, can't complain about that. I guess I should have mentioned he was kind of nasty in the postseason. 14 RBIs in the postseason. They only played 2 series. 14 RBIs. I mean, you can see the offense. 16-8, 10-5, 12-11, 10-7 versus the Padres. But are we about to see some 326, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs? What? Who is this guy? Are we going to see some craziness happen now? He got that postseason, that feel. He's ready to go now. All right, season 2 in the books, and I noticed something while I was scrolling through a couple things. You're gonna see it here in a second. Something's going a little crazy with our guy Warren Saunders here. We're in the lineup. He's playing first base. He's up to a 73 overall, by the way, which is crazy. 73 overall, 247, 10 home runs. This is gonna be the crazy part. Beat potential. Okay, so +7 contact versus lefty. So it looks like he's kind of like a lefty specialist. Like he's gonna hit lefties. Fielding stats, fantastic. Contact vision, discipline, all that stuff. Like they're going up. The power's going up. I've been training power. What I might do now is I might go to either contact or the vision, discipline, and clutch training. I feel like we're starting to see the power numbers in the 50s. I think that's an okay spot. Like if they can get into the 60s, great. But I'd like to see like the other stats go up a little bit too. So I think I need to start spreading out the training a little bit. I've been focusing on vision, or actually I've just been focusing on power. I said I was only going to do 1 more year of power, and I've just kind of stuck with it, and it's been working out. So OPS dropped a little bit. He's kind of still sitting around the same as last year, but I mean, things are looking decent, right? Like potential went up. Like there's a chance he can get up to an 80 overall, which is crazy to think about. So postseason, what's going to happen here? Nothing. Okay. They get eliminated by the Pirates immediately. Still hit 2 home runs in the series. So maybe this guy's just a playoff, like just has that clutch factor about him, since he always just does well in the postseason. Still hasn't retired. He's 32. And I mean, the fact that we were able to get him to this point is kind of crazy, just through like training and like slowly working his way up the farm system. Like this is insane. So here we go. I did sign him to a long-term deal. I signed him to like a 10-year deal. So I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's staying with the Mets for the majority of his career. Actually, probably the whole career, because I doubt he's going to be playing past 40. All right, we actually have our first award. We have an award. I got to show you. We have an award. First base. He's got the Gold Glove, which is probably the only accolade he's going to win, because this year he was pretty terrible. 242. 329 on base percentage, 377 slugging, which is the best of his career, 14 home runs, 20 doubles, 119 hits, and 705 OPS. So kind of comparable to his very first year, just the slugging went up. So you know what? He's going up. I think it's just we got to stick to power. The vision, discipline, and clutch, I had it going up. I had that as the training. And I had no attribute changes for the entirety of the year. And then I switched it in August to power, and look what happens. Look what happens. So I think we're just going to stick with power. I think power is the glitchy training to rock with. This is the one to do. Things are looking good. 75 overall. He's at 33 years old. So I hope he doesn't retire. I hope. I mean, things are looking great. I mean, we're about to hit the postseason. We know he's a postseason man. Let's see what happens here. Can they keep alive? They do. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what happens here. They're in the World Series. Can they win a World Series? They cannot. They get swept by the Tigers, but we all know Warren Saunders hit 192. Don't worry about it. Let's head into next year. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Maybe another gold glove? Maybe another gold glove. What do we have? No gold glove. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm starting to see a little bit of an issue, and I'm hoping it doesn't end up like actually happening, but we are starting to see a little bit of regression. It could also just be the fact that he had a bad year. Like that definitely could play a factor, but he's 75 overall. You can see there are a couple stats going down. There are a couple stats that kind of evened out. Like his contact versus lefties actually was dropping, so it looks like it actually went back up. So the doubles went up, the home runs went up. So like some things did get better, but he struck out a lot. Most RBIs in his career, most home runs in his career, most doubles in his career, most hits in his career. But again, some other things just didn't go his way either. So, oh man, he does have the sniper. He does have unbreakable and platoon. So maybe because he's a platoon guy, maybe we only put him in versus lefties, and maybe that'll, I don't know. I feel like we got to stick with it. We're this far. We've made it this far. He's been in the majors for 4 years. Let's see what happens. Can they make a World Series? They've been eliminated. How did he do in the postseason? Let's see here. We have 200 average. All right, season 5, and he got off to a hot streak. That's the first time I've ever seen that with Saunders. And let's see what we have. 122 hits, almost 20. Okay, so kind of what he's been putting up recently, right? Like this is kind of like his career average, actually a little bit below career average, but he's almost an 80, which is kind of wild. Like the fielding stats are definitely carrying him, but like we're still seeing development. So like that's good. That's good. At 35 years old, you gotta love to see it. So especially after seeing a year of almost regression, right? Like where he kind of stayed the same. Like he had a crazy good year this year. Like what changed? Because like he didn't really, I don't understand progression in this game. Like that's really what it comes down to. It just seems like it's so random. But we're in the postseason again. Let's see how this plays out for us. Elimination, man, the Mets are just like terrible in the postseason. As you can see, he had a pretty good postseason though. So maybe a little bit of a resurgence in his career. Maybe we're gonna see some craziness at a later age. Could be. Alrighty, 2035. And Saunders is at 81. Okay, so overall went up. Good to see. Hitting numbers are still going up. Power went down a little bit versus lefty. Same thing with vision. But, 154 hits. Doubles a little low. 24 home runs, though. Struck out quite a bit once again. But a 285 average, a 362 on base percentage, and an 814 OPS. It only took a while. But we finally got Saunders. The persistence finally paid off. Can I show you? I can't show you the training. Okay, so it's not only just been power. Like that's literally all I've been training with him. So we finally have a good year with him. They win that round. Is it gonna give me? I think it's not gonna change the pitchers here. So I gotta change it for us, which could possibly be part of the reason why the team hasn't been doing too great there. So let's see here. They are eliminated against the Reds. Really? Okay, so how did he do in the postseason? Not great. He did hit 3 home runs though, and were those his only hits? No, he had probably like one more hit in the postseason. But okay, 1 year, pretty good season though. Like we've been waiting for it. It only took forever. Still hasn't retired. He's feeling himself. He's ready to go. Let's see here. I think he's got what, 2 more years, 3 more years left on his deal. Oh, 5 more years. Oh, we've got some time. Okay, love it. All right, so what I realized is I did sign him too long. 10 years was too long. So that voice crack hit me real hard. Had to mock myself. He's 37 years old. I feel like he's got a few years left on his deal. The thing is, I want to keep him in a lineup, and I think if I trade him now, at any point he could start to regress. And even though he is one of the better first basemen in baseball, I don't want him to regress and then fall out of a lineup. So I feel like we've kind of committed ourselves to him playing first base for this team. And even though it does suck that we weren't able to see him go to another team, I feel like it was kind of cool to be able to train somebody up from as low as he was to almost 40 overall points higher. It did take some time. It did take some persistence, but you know what? We finally did it. And oh, like I said, let me show you the training. So he's going to be up here actually. 80. Oh, he's actually starting to regress a little bit, but you can see I have him on contact, and I've had him on contact for a little bit now. And I think at 37 years old, we're going to start to see some regression. So what I might do is I might just keep it, maybe keep the power, but I think it's mostly been power. Yeah, like I'm being honest. I've mostly been training power. I think the last 2 years I've done contact just to kind of keep contact numbers from regressing, but it's just been power. And the reason I think it's worked was because his power numbers were so low. So the other attributes were going up naturally, and then we had a little bit of extra boost for the power. So I think that was what made it work so much, was that because his power numbers were so low, we were able to kind of raise the rest of his overall, because you kind of see what I'm saying? Because they were so low, we kind of needed to help that out a little bit more compared to the other attributes on Warren Saunders. So there it is. I think we're starting to see him regress. They might have already sent him down. They haven't yet. Okay, so he's still a 78. He's having a killer year, by the way. Let me see. Did he make the All-Star game? I should have checked that last year because he had such a good season. He didn't. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Let's get through the season. Alrighty. What is the season 7? Any league leading stats? No. Okay. Well, where are we? 78. So he's still like kind of around the same area, but you can see we're starting to see the decline. So we saw 2 good years. It took us this long, but we did see 2 good years out of Warren Saunders, and the OPS was higher than it was last year. The on-base percentage higher than it was last year. Slugging and average as well. Let's go kind of see what he's been doing WAR-wise, because we haven't checked in a while. Had a couple negatives, which is a little bit of a bummer, but a 4.3, 4.5, like that's pretty respectable. So what do we have going on here in terms of home runs? So 116 in his career, almost 1,000 hits. So like we do have a couple more years. We might as well just keep seeing what happens. But I think we've seen the peak. We've hit that 81 rating. So let me sim the rest of his career, because I have a feeling it's gonna decline pretty quickly. Maybe we do one more year and see what happens. All right, so probably the last year I'm going to show you, because you can see we've kind of seen the best. 72 overall. Power numbers definitely dropped. Double's still the same, but yeah, we're back to kind of like career average-ish numbers. So he might even retire, to be honest. So no postseason this year for the Mets. But I think it's still kind of a cool video to get to the point where we did with him. So let's see. Did he retire? He hasn't. Okay, I'm just going to go to retirement. I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, so Warren Saunders has retired in 2041, the year after, or I guess the second. No, yeah, the year after, because 2040 was the last year of his contract. He didn't play at all in the majors. But you know what? I'm pretty happy with what we were able to do. Almost back to his original rating of 48. But you know what? Almost full cycle. Full cycle. It comes full cycle, I should say. So you know what? I'm pretty happy with what we were able to do. Like that's kind of nutty that we were able to take a player from 48 to 81. What, 83 maybe actually? Like that's crazy. That was absolutely insane. And I'm pretty happy with this. So we took a guy with like basically in MLB The Show terms, like really had no chance of making it to the majors. He hit 1,200 hits, 151 home runs. Struck out quite a bit. Yeah, definitely struck out quite a bit. But 256 average, 334 on base percentage, and a 725 OPS. A career WAR of 8.2. So you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, this was I would say this is a success. Is he gonna be A Hall of Famer? No, of course not. No, of course not. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. That is the worst player in MLB The Show's career sim. I played the career of the worst player in MLB The Show. I trained the worst player in MLB The Show. Whatever you want to call it, there it is. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Did you enjoy today's video? If you did, I've got another one for you right here. Boom. Right there. Check it out. It's going to be great. Recommend this one.